They're good human beings who are full of fun and who pull together all kinds of issues of women's interest. And they're on Destination Newry on a weekly basis. And I had the great privilege, the great bit of fun yesterday of talking to them in studio.
Destination Newry. Keep it on. We're back in moments.
She says she feels squished and she's at the outside. What would the one in the middle seem like? Are you squashed?
I feel squished and squashed.
I'm on.
Because normally I'm in that chair, Rowan.
And you're very kind for coming in here after leading the traffic through the town with your lovely pullover on you. Here, listen, it's lovely to see you.
Yes,
These are Newry's loose women. And I'm getting to talk to them.
I'm jealous of
Where did
them.
the concept come from? Of your loose women on Destination Newry, you're women out and about, you're all over the place, you're doing this, that and the other. And you've got babies as well.
We have.
And husbands.
You're a living testimony to God's design plan for recreation in the world. You're so beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, that's them, they're loose women. Where did the idea come from for loose women?
Well, they wanted, first of all, it was called Destination Fashion, but
What a lot of crap. What
But
an
when me
awful
and-
name.
Yes.
Kind
Yeah.
of restricted us.
That's
whenever
no good.
the three of us
Yeah.
started talking, we kept going off and talking about other different
things.
things. So they said, right, let's just change it to Newry's Loose Women, and then you can talk about.
Absolutely.
Anything,
anything.
yes, yes.
Can you imagine sticking with fashion?
It
and
gets
nothing
boring
but
after a while,
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
it?
May I tell the people who you are? On my left, Joanne Cooney Doyle. How are you?
Great.
In the middle, Amanda Rafferty. She's there. And Pauline O'Malley, the O'Malley from the top of the hill and round the back of the barn. And there she is coming round the boring. Ah, yes, indeed. So when did you get back from America? Did you work? Was it you? One of your ancestors worked with John Wayne, or was it in The Quiet Man, that thing, you know,
was it?
Maureen
Yes, that was
O'Hara.
Molly,
You're very
was
like
it?
Maureen O'Hara as a
Yeah.
young woman.
Do I look like Maureen
Ah,
O'Hara?
yeah, not now. Not
That's
now. You
when
wouldn't.
she was young.
Oh yes, she was a cracker.
Lovely. Yes,
She was a
well,
total
keep
cracker.
talking.
She
You're
was,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He knows the right thing to say, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah,
Always
he's
the
Such
right
a
thing.
I've had
charmer.
long practice. One wife, 6 mistresses, and 5 daughters. So I know about things,
Yes.
you
You
know.
know quite a lot.
I knew you when you were a baby.
You did,
Joanne,
Rowan, yes.
Because you were Joanne Cooney. You went to Our Lady's School. You went to St. Joseph's School, where I
yes.
went as a boy, and it made me the woman I am, and the man I am. You know, this is the
He's
whole
an
thing.
agent.
Yes.
I'm not an agent. No. So what is the raison d'être of Loose Women? What are you trying to achieve in the program?
It's a bit of fun, isn't it, girls? Yeah.
Basically, it's just us sitting around talking about things that women, when they're in a group, well,
General
sit around.
chit chat, what you
Men.
gossip. What? Yes, men
You
as well.
talk about men.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't talk about men an awful lot.
Well, let's
Really?
talk about men now.
Okay.
Here we are. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah, go.
Husbands, switch off now. Now, your ideal man. Your husband, of course, first of all.
Oh, of
But
course.
if he goes on the flight that they're planning to Mars, to
Right.
go away, it'll take him 7 years to go. At the end of 7 years, you'll develop an itch. Now, what's your ideal man? Describe him to
Oh,
us.
God. Somebody that's funny.
Funny,
Yes. Somebody that's caring,
caring.
but not too womanish. I like
Hate that.
A
I hate
man's
that.
man.
Yes, I
Get a
don't like a
sissy in the
sissy. I don't
house.
like sissies.
No.
That would be
No
yeah,
good.
But a bit of fun.
A bit of fun.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And, dear lady, Amanda, what kind of man would you care for?
Well, something.
Not that I can deliver.
But you'll give it a damn good try.
Well, sure, do my best.
Something similar to what Joanne said, but I'm
No, let's start again.
I'm
Nothing-
very much
forget about that. You come, Lord.
eyes. I love eyes,
Eyes.
and good teeth.
But you can't see eyes when the light's off.
No, but I mean when you're drawn to somebody
Oh, just,
initially,
like
you know,
that.
the window to the soul.
And clean
The
shoes.
eye is the window to the
Clean
soul.
shoes,
Clean
yes,
shoes,
good
clean
shiny
shoes.
shoes there, Rowan.
God,
always
this
took-
guy's so
You
boring.
sound like our mummy.
I know.
Finished.
Okay, Matter Hadley, you tell me.
Everybody knows.
You tell me.
George
Clooney.
George Clooney.
Yeah.
And there's
George
a bit of
Clooney.
devilment and there's
Yes,
a bit of
a
mischief.
twinkle in the
but
eye.
There has to be mischief. Has to be a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
And I would not, well, I suppose you would notice the shoes eventually.
But should they be off most of the time?
Not
George,
initially.
George, get those shoes off the
George
bed
has to-
now. If you're
Although I
going
have to say, Rowan, my husband is the nearest
to
Yeah,
George
up he
Clooney?
is.
He's very George Clooney lookalike in
Yeah.
my eyes.
Girls,
Other people
girls,
think I'm wild.
what a
but-
crawler. Did
No,
you ever hear
no,
anything
no,
like
I
it in
haven't
all your
really
days?
said
I
that.
tell you.
He is like the same build and all.
Same
Yeah.
build.
Good
Well,
head
Like
and
a
shoulders.
man's man.
someone said recently that George Clooney was of a certain persuasion.
He got married there.
The rainbow community kind of thing. No? You've
No, he got
heard that
married
said.
there. Well, not that
Some have a
that's...
man's man, and it can be a bit.
Yes, with a wee bit of
Yeah.
a feminine,
Yeah,
you know, they're
It-
in
do
touch
you know
with
what it
their...
is, Ron? There's a twinkle in his eye.
Aye.
Yeah.
It was that.
And he did the coffee ad.
Oh, he
The
did
woman
the
said,
coffee ad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
"Coffee,
yeah,
coffee,"
yeah,
and he goes,
And I do like
George
a bit of
Clooney
grey.
is inside!
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
well.
love the grey hair.
yeah.
There you go.
There you
I
go
love
now.
grey hair in a man.
Grey hair.
It's
Well,
very
A bit like
distinguished.
Omar Sharif. The
You
older he
can't
got,
help
the
it.
more distinguished looking.
Yeah.
Silver fox.
Yeah,
It's
silver
terrible.
fox.
There's nothing one can do about the aging process.
I
How's the
thought you
aging?
dyed yours. Yours isn't dyed. No, that's not true.
No.
It's all
no.
natural, Rowan.
How is the aging process going with you? How is your body generally?
I still think that I'm 18.
Excuse me. Stop it.
Are you seriously going to ask when... Oh, no.
I'm still 18, Rowan.
Okay.
35, but still feel 18.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And you're not 35.
I am. I'm the same age as Ruth.
For this time. My daughter Ruth,
Yes, his
God love
daughter
you.
Ruth, yes.
But my life passes so very,
I
very
know.
quickly.
It
Do you know
does.
where it goes?
I haven't a clue.
Oh, I know.
One day
I
at a
know.
time.
Do you remember the first moment you fell in love?
My husband.
Yeah, I'm not
Well, right, I'm going to tell you, right, wait, now you may not believe this, right?
We're such crawlers, aren't
No,
we?
but honestly, I would have,
Loose women may bump.
I
Yeah, you're meant to be, yeah.
I enjoyed the chase more than the catch.
Wow.
If
You
I-
chased him.
No.
Well,
The
he
other
was
way
chasing
around.
you.
No, I mean,
And you were running.
if I
Get
seen
away.
somebody that I liked and then ended up, you know, having a wee Kurt or whatever,
Kurt. Are
and
we
then I
talking
would
here
switch
about,
off.
Are we talking here about the art of snugging?
Yeah,
Is it called snugging?
whatever you want to call it.
Snogging or snuggling?
But I once.
Do you know what
we'd
they called
got-
it when I was a child? A boy growing up. An occasion of sin.
Oh,
Yeah, the priests used to say that, you know. Have you been involved in an occasion of sin?
Occasion
of
I
sin.
stopped going to Catholic confession because all of my confessions would have constituted an occasion
quite
of
a
sin
few
for the priest.
occasions of
He
sin.
would have said, what was her name then? Or whatever, you know.
Yes.
So, yes, it's the chase and the...
Yes, and
Yeah.
then, but whenever I met my husband,
What's his name?
Paul.
Paul. How would you say, you know, on an important occasion, Paul, I really love you. How would you say that?
I don't.
She doesn't.
No.
She's serious.
No.
Would
Okay,
you
maybe
say-
the odd time I go, okay, I love you.
Okay.
yeah.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not
No.
into all that.
Well, would you, you know, would you...
I'd make him a sandwich.
which is told to.
No, the O'Malley, may I come to you now? Do you like being called the O'Malley?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Do you
Call me up
remember,
and call
do you
it a lot
remember
worse.
Grace O'Malley, the
Yes,
pirate princess
yes,
of the
yes,
West
yes,
Coast?
yes.
That's who you look like.
Really?
Yes, honest to goodness.
Oh, my husband would be really pleased.
All
with
these
that.
people
Like
you
a
look like.
pirate.
Here.
What you
No.
absolutely, you look the
Do you
spitting image
think?
of Grace O'Malley. Yeah.
There you go
You
now.
have to
listen,
Google
you,
Grace.
I want to hear how you would say. What's your husband's name?
Jerry O'Malley. The
Jerry.
alley cat.
Jerry, darling, I love you. How would you say it to him?
I say that all the time.
Do you? How
Yeah,
good?
my sick. Oh my God.
You're
sick.
honey.
what
You're
do you do?
honey.
I do.
You're honey.
I would be
Yeah.
more
Honey.
affectionate
Tactile,
than
affectionate,
tactile. I'd
yeah.
be very tactile.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Jerry was away a lot, so, and I'd be very much of the opinion, you know when you're heading off, it's God bless and
Oh, yeah.
safe journey and
Oh, yeah.
that kind of a way. So
No, you see, I
That's
see my
lovely.
husband all the
too
time.
random, maybe.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you say, like, can you really mean it? No, I would be very.
Yeah.
But as we've discussed this before, because my husband's a farmer and he's at home all the time,
Yeah.
that he's always there.
You're fed up
Yeah.
looking
So
at
it's
him.
like, please just. So whereas
Go
if
and
I
make-
was in
go
Pauling's,
down there and do a bit of ploughing. Get
Yeah.
out of my head.
Absence makes the heart go
Yeah.
fonder.
It does
That's
actually,
what
doesn't
you're
it?
saying, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it does. It does.
Because we're
I
not in
find
each
that.
other's pockets lots.
No.
We're very.
I find farewells very, very difficult.
Yeah.
I kind of avoid farewell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I love somebody and that person is going away,
Yeah.
I'll run away first and
Before.
go to Grounded or go here, go into my office and go ahead, don't be saying cheerio because
Yeah,
it
for the
focuses
lump
whole
in the
thing
throat,
for
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I get very much. I just,
Rowan,
no, it's-
are you filling up now?
Lump in your throat.
I'm sorry about that.
It's all right.
Sorry about
The moment's passed.
The moment is gone, but it was good there.
It was lovely when it lasted.
Yeah, it was indeed. What do you think of the Carry On in Belfast, in Newton Abbey, where we have the rainbow community having wanted a cake baked for a same gender,
Yes.
same gender marriage, and the Christian fellow says no. And you know, what is all that about? Where are you on that? Do you think they should have their cakes baked, or
Yeah.
has the fellow who is a Christian the right to say, well, I believe this is not the thing for me, and it's my religious belief?
I
There's
would
two
be
sets of
behind
rights
that.
there,
Yes,
aren't there?
I
Yeah.
like
Yes.
that. I think everybody should respect everybody else.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
it's that
Yeah.
person's religion, I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
You know, we're being taught to respect other people's
Yes, we
religion
are.
that come
Yes,
into
yeah.
this country.
What school did you go to?
Our Ladies.
Our Ladies, you?
Our Ladies.
St. Mark's.
St. Mark's, and you? Yeah, Our Ladies.
Our Ladies.
Oh, perpetuous,
I would be
perpetuous
behind.
angels. My
Yeah.
God.
We
No,
sure
but
were.
we're not. I just sort of think everybody do
It's
what they do,
entitled to their own thing.
and but
Mind
if
their own
that's that
business.
man's premises, and
Yeah,
it's
he's
against his
entitled.
faith.
Yes.
It's not that he's trying
Yeah.
to be rude
No.
or
It's a silly one for the Equality Commission to
Yes.
have taken to
and have they taken that?
Yeah.
up?
Oh,
Is it
yeah,
the
yeah,
big
yeah,
issue
yeah,
about
yeah,
that?
yeah.
And I think it just
Friends.
went on, just,
Yeah.
it's been
Or
made
what about
too
the
much
one
bigger
that's
than...
like curry me yogurt? Did you?
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's
otherwise.
funny, but at the same time, it's
It
dreadful.
isn't
Politician.
funny,
Do you know
but
what? Do you know what I
it's
think
funny.
about that? He was having a go at Sinn Féin.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I know people like there's St Paul's School out the road, one of the greatest schools
Yes.
in the world,
It is,
and they
yeah.
cherish the Irish language.
Yes.
He's laughing at those
Yeah.
children as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
we
my two
need to
boys are in
respect
the Abbey
difference.
and they're learning Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
But in the same breath, you have to have a bit of humour in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact
You
that he's
do.
adamant that he's not apologising for
Yeah.
it, I think
That's a
that's
bit-
whenever
yeah.
it
But
loses
it was the way he did it as an insult.
I didn't hear it.
He didn't do
Yeah.
it as a
It
joke.
wasn't meant
Yes,
funny.
yeah, he knew what
Well,
he
you've
said.
got me into this sort of situation. I'm just thinking, I just don't know what to do about where I'm going with life and all. It's an awful thing being...
Destination Newry. We're back in moments.
The Brass Monkey has entertained Newry locals for almost 4 decades, and we have learned a few tricks on how to treat our customers. The Brass Monkey, one of Newry's finest restaurants, offers excellent customer service and outstanding food. Open from 10 a.m. each morning, we serve breakfast, lunch and dinner. Sunday carvery, 12 to 4 every Sunday. Live music Saturdays and Sundays. Great promotions such as 3 for £10 on any cocktail, or our early bird menu from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. The Brass Monkey services include taking bookings, walk-ins welcome, good for groups or parties, good for children, table service and outdoor seating. Call us or call in for a menu and one of our team will be happy to help. Pre-orders for lunch are also available. To contact us, telephone 028 302 63176. Follow us on Twitter and like us on our Facebook page at The Brass Monkey Newry. Thank you.
Destination Newry. We're back in moments.
So what's it like being your age? What did you say, 47?
47.
What's it like?
I
It's a
find,
nice age for a woman to
yeah,
be.
I think in your 40s you're more relaxed about yourself and you get more time to yourself. My
Yeah.
boys are oldest 18, coming 18, youngest one 11. So you have
You've
more
still
time.
got your work cut out for you.
Oh yeah,
11, you
it's
know.
the 17.
worse.
He's 17, coming 18. He's driving. You're worrying about him.
You
more
are,
now.
of course, yeah.
I tell parents when they're at home and they're little. Mummy
better.
has said that,
It's
but I
better.
don't believe
Yeah.
it until now.
Absolutely.
You spend more time worrying.
Worrying now.
You're a Newry woman,
I'm
are
a
you?
Newry woman.
And you went to Our Ladies.
Our Ladies. I went to, I knew Judith, your daughter.
My daughter Judith,
Anne
bless
Marie.
her. Anne-Marie, my oldest daughter.
And that's, I know.
I
there's
sired them
another
all,
few.
you know.
Sure.
They're fruit of my loins. They are. It's just
They're
wonderful.
lucky girls.
How lucky are you, gals, I tell you.
And Rowan, did you have any boys?
No
No.
boys.
No boys.
Do you know why that was?
Why?
Every time we were doing it, I was thinking of girls. And I got what I was thinking about.
forgive you.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
You're
did
an
you come to-
insatiable, Rowan.
Your
Did you
girls
keep
are
trying,
It's
Rowan,
true.
or did you just?
No, I didn't want
you
boys.
weren't even thinking
but
about
you see,
boys.
when my last child was born,
Yes.
I looked. I was the only one I was in on, and I was standing there looking. And you see, when it was over and I was given coffee, I was given a cup of tea and toast. I felt so wonderful. I was exhausted. I never saw the like of it. But I thought I had a boy at
wonder how your
last.
wife felt.
Wasn't.
No, but I was. But I looked, and then I thought,
Yes.
ah, it's a boy, it's a boy. And I was delighted.
and it was
but then
Ruth.
it was the umbilical cord. But it's
that was it.
and you know, what's it like being your age as a
Well,
a
I
woman?
turned 40 this year.
It's a lovely age.
Yes.
It's a nice age.
Like 40.
Yeah,
And 3 kids at home,
Good.
13, 10 and 6.
yeah.
So,
Your work's still cut out for
Yes.
I'm so lucky. I'm beyond all of that.
Yeah.
I never
No,
have to.
no,
I never
I'd
have
say
to
you're
look at a
still a
child
warrior.
again.
And what about grandchildren? No, do you not
Yeah, you'd have
into that?
grandchildren.
You
I have
have,
16.
Yes, yes,
I have 2
Wow,
great
that's
grandchildren. But I let them get on with their lives.
yes, yeah.
As long as they know if they're in trouble,
You're there.
I'm
Yes, you
there.
can be there.
I'm not the sort of grandparent who says, Coochie, coochie, wee darling, come,
Yeah.
come to granddaddy.
You're not here.
No, I never want to see them.
You
Let
sound
them
like my
bow, let them
daddy.
go. Yeah, but I should have seen them. My life is the life of a 71-year-old.
Yeah.
Theirs is the life of whatever, 20
As you
and
get
married.
older, Rowan, do you get more selfish with your time?
I'm not selfish at all. I don't understand the concept.
He just said, I don't want to see my grandchildren,
No.
but I'm not selfish.
He's
But I
no
mean, I
peachy
will
poo.
say to them, if you
Yeah.
need me to go to the North Pole for you,
You
I'll
will.
do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not there sort of, come on and we'll go to walk down the town. Like that. Who
I
wants
know, but
that?
I find men,
You sound like my
especially
daddy.
as they get older, get more selfish with their time.
No, I don't understand. Do you know why I'm not selfish with my time?
Why?
Ultimately, I'm going to die within the next 30 years. You're
Yes.
probably got a wee bit longer, but not that much longer. You have a wee bit longer than her and you longer than her.
Okay.
But,
I'm going to die before you.
Here I am in a situation that I know I'm going to die. I'm going to do a
Yes.
hole in the ground. So I actually cherish the notion of doing as much as I can here, as in terms of not being selfish, of giving my time to those who need it.
Yes.
Now, thanks be
Yeah.
to God, my grandchildren don't
Don't
need
need
it.
you.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if the moment they need me, bye, I'm
you're
there.
there.
You know,
Yes.
like a shot. What I do is I put my trunks on over my trousers, and I put my coat around my neck, and I put S. Well, I'm here for you, baby. You know.
That's a vision, I would say.
If only
is it
you
there?
see the wonders that I can perform, I
I
tell you,
wonder.
in my kit. No, we're going to turn the tables on you. I've been asking you questions. How are you at your age in life? How are you?
I'm super.
So you think you're 18?
I'm 18.
You
Yeah.
have the queer gunk comedy, I tell you. Well, yeah, I will feel any question. You've never been offered an opportunity like this before.
Dear.
We're on television. We're as live. This is not going to be tampered with. It's not going to be edited. I'm sitting here. I will answer any question that each of you will ask. How's that? Who wants to kick off? You'll kick off?
Do you ever get fed up hosting or being the centre of attention?
That's 2 questions.
Yeah,
I'll
but
take
no,
one
it's
of
the
them.
same thing. It's the same
More or
thing.
less.
Being the focus and, you know.
When I go home
hosting,
out
that's
of
the same
here at
thing.
night,
Yes.
now, first of all, I start at 3 in the morning. That's when I waken.
Yes.
I am not the focus of anything other than my own fear to make
Yeah.
sure I get the show right.
Yeah.
So when I'm not here, I'm nothing. I'm deflated. I'm at my ease. I'm focused on resting, on feeding, on occasionally loving.
Sounds like a caveman.
It's nice. And then I will every night I hear the Archers in bed. They're on at 7 o'clock on Radio 4. So, no, I don't. And then when I come in here, the adrenaline rush is such that I do the ticker bar and try and make it as different as I can.
Yeah.
You know, and throw, like today on the ticker bar, I suggested that that the whole business of the bread, the cake, is about sex. Because the people are opposed to same gender marriage.
Yes.
Because of sex.
Yeah.
You know, so let's put sex to the one side.
Yeah.
And I said, sex will come anyway. So let's concentrate on love.
Yeah.
Let's concentrate on first love, on growing love,
Yeah.
on golden love in the middle of your life, and then the warmth of love as the ashes burn quietly in the grate at the end of life. And then that leads into eternal love, forever and ever and ever. So once you get the love end of things right, everything else falls into place. So why shouldn't 2 men love each other? And I am a, what do they call those things, those people? I am gay, but I'm not homosexual. That's the difference. Gay is happy.
Yes.
You would have
Yeah.
learned it at
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the only thing I have against the gay community. They've robbed me of that word. It was an acceptable
Yeah.
word when I was young. So if I accept that sex isn't an issue, put it out the window, forget about it. It's a niche that we all need to scratch. Forget about it. love, put love in. Why shouldn't two men love each other? Why shouldn't two women love each other? Why shouldn't I love E.T.'s first cousin, if she's beautiful, coming out of another planet? That's what we are, you know. That's the first thing. And then I thought we'd come up with a whole new genre of pleasure sins. Isn't that what it's about? Sex and all that. So I thought to myself, what about, and think about this, you know, you'll know the enjoyment of this. You will, a multiple sneeze. You know, when you take a fit of sneezing,
the same
and
as
it goes on for about 5 minutes.
Yes.
And it's just so thoroughly enjoyable. Or the warmth of summer sunshine on your shoulders.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
That must be
I love
very
that
high
bit.
up in the Catholic
Yeah.
lexicon of sin. There's too much pleasure in it, you know. And it's all about, if you're enjoying it, it's a sin. No, I can't see that. Would you like to ask me anything else?
Years ago, that was about keeping the masses down, do you not
Oh,
think,
yes,
Rowan?
it was,
And years
yeah.
ago, people weren't educated enough, and they allowed.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying it's all about sex. I say it's all about religion.
No, I'm not saying it's not all about sex.
Everything boils
No, but
back to
the reason
religion.
it does. Well, where do we get the hatred of sex? We get it from religion. You
Every
know.
war, every dispute, absolutely everything is
It's religion. And we had it with, there were 2 bombs in Baghdad this
Yeah,
week, girls.
yeah.
And it
All
was the
religion,
Sunni
yeah.
Muslims being bombed by the other lot.
Yeah.
Religion. Keep
Yeah.
religion, find God. That's our advice.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And if everybody just learned to sort of love themselves a wee
Yeah.
bit, that
Yeah.
would
Never
spread.
mind with
Yeah.
anyone else.
Just love themselves and respect yourself and everybody around you. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
Even, we know it in this town. People
Yeah.
will say, look at your woman or look at your
Yes,
man.
Of course.
He fucking loves himself.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what we should do.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
It
If you don't
should
love
be, isn't
yourself,
that brilliant?
Yeah.
Look how confident they
Yeah,
are and all.
absolutely.
That's what it should
Yeah.
Well, it should
be.
be, and
happy
it
for
feeds
them.
off
Yeah.
everybody.
Absolutely.
Right, Amanda, it's your turn.
Amanda, I'm here to answer any question in the whole world. You will never have an opportunity like this again.
Well, first of all, you said back to sex there.
Yeah.
And you said, and a bit of loving. At
Yeah.
71, you still have a bit of... But that's not
Sex.
the question that I wanted to ask. But it just...
Sounded
you
nice
wondering,
enough
are we
question to
wrong?
me.
But whenever, like you were saying that you'd be up at 3 o'clock to come up here and you spend a
Yes.
lot of time here.
Yes.
Whenever you go back home, can you be on your own, in your own company and just be without...
Totally.
You enjoy just
Totally.
being and not...
Totally. When
This
I
is the man
lost
with
my
7
wife...
mistresses.
So I wish I had. I was making that up.
Oh,
Honest
right.
to God, I was making that up.
Rowan.
Had a fella
We
down.
believed you.
No, but the thing about yes, I can be on my
Yeah.
own. I would have made a very good monk.
No,
I can
wouldn't.
see you
No.
in a...
No,
Oh,
You'd be
no.
locked up for talking to yourself because you'd be talking to the wall.
No, so yes, I'm easy. I'm good
Yeah.
on my own.
Yeah.
I'm
Really?
good on my own. I have a lot of. I have so many things. I've had so many experiences in life that the pictures that are in my head mean I'm never on my own.
Okay.
Like with Big Rab, we were traveling on the Ben Doran across the world when we were 19. I was an officer in the Navy, as Rab was. We went ashore in Bangkok, in Thailand, which was known as Formosa then. You know, it wasn't Thailand then. And we were both put in prison for a night. That's a fairly dangerous kind of
Why?
thing. Not prepared to say.
Cool. You said we could ask you.
Okay, well,
anything.
I'll answer. I refused to pay this lady of the evening, who was our entertainment at the bar. And well, they charge you £82 for champagne as you sat there, in the hope that they could beckon.
Yeah.
But I was a Catholic from Newry,
Good
and they could
Catholic
never
boy.
get me. I was just totally virginal, and that was the way it was. But I knew
At
something
19.
was wrong. I knew something was wrong.
What, that you were virginal?
No,
19?
no, that I could see what they were at. They weren't of merchantable quality. In fact, I read a thing in the Sunday Times colour supplement a year later that said they, in all probability, were men dressed as women. Wasn't I just right?
That would have been a nasty shot.
Oh.
That would have been a nasty shot.
Jesus, that would have been-
And earlier you just said you didn't care. Love's love.
Yeah, but not for me.
no,
No,
you're
no.
tired.
Wouldn't you
no,
love to be
no.
in a fly on the wall to have
No.
seen that?
Oh, it was
Whenever
good fun. Rab and I were
Rowan
mad.
got caught.
We went over the top of the ship, over and down the bow of the ship, the big chain down onto the mooring buoy in Hong Kong Harbour, and we did a stint for charity there. We were always at this carry-on over Christmas, and the people were phoning into Radio Hong Kong and paying money to get us off the buoy. Some wanted us to stay there, some wanted us off, and all of this. And yes, any other question you'd like to ask me?
No, that's fine.
What's
That's
the
okay.
single, you said there that you had loads of experiences.
Yes.
What is the single most thing that just jumps out in your mind? There must be something that happened at some point. What is the one
That you would
experience
love to
in
go
your
back
whole
and
life?
I think
relive.
he's too many.
There has to be one. Everybody has one.
Or what about your red wine? You always tell us that you enjoy your red wine. Can you
Okay.
recommend any?
A nice
the festive
Rioja.
for the
I
festive
love
season.
Rioja because Rioja has a bit of bite to it. It's a bit of strength to it. And never buy cheap wine
Never.
because you're putting
wine.
you're putting rubbish into yourself.
Yeah.
And you,
Rowan, there's a, what price is it when it
well,
becomes cheap?
I
There
would
is
buy,
a-
Yeah.
and I just have no money and I can't. I'll die as a pauper, which is fine.
You're
It's
happy
lovely.
enough.
But as long
yeah.
as you're drinking lovely wine.
Lovely
Yeah, I'll
Rioja.
die happy, baby. Which is good. No, it's. I would drink
price,
less
isn't there?
wine now, but I think, a meal without wine is like a kiss without love. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I do
Kiss
love-
without
I love a
love
wee
is.
glass of wine.
You may as well
Yeah.
be kissing a donkey's ass.
Some people,
Love it.
yeah.
Oh, I would never decry that sort of thing going on in the world. It wouldn't be for me, but anybody that wants to kiss donkeys' bums is very welcome to do it. It's great. But I mean, then where are we with the thing? You were asking about wine. What price?
There is
You-
a price, isn't there? And they say once
I'm
you go
not
under
sure.
that price.
I'm not sure about that, but I know I can taste the difference.
Yeah.
And if you can go to the likes of Tesco or Sainsbury's, you can go to Super Value down in Hill Street in Newry, and they have great value. They have wines maybe at £30 that are half price.
Yes.
And if you're looking out for half price wine, and you're buying something that's half price from 19 quid or something like that, 20 quid,
That's a good one.
you're getting a reasonably good wine.
yeah.
The only problem is that every £19 bottle of wine in Sainsbury's or Tesco or Super Value, they all taste the same. Now, I know what that's going to taste like before I taste it.
Yeah.
There's a can of beans. I know what that's going to taste like
Yes,
before
yeah.
I taste it. So what I want to do, wine needs to be an adventure. And the way to make wine an adventure is to join, and take a note of it mentally, the Wine Society. Not the Sunday Times Wine Club, none of that. The Wine Society of London. And in joining the Wine Society of London, you buy a share in the Wine Society, and they send you catalogues throughout the year.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they sent you wine.
Oh, they do. You
Oh,
order from
lovely.
the catalogue and they deliver to your front door.
You order from the catalogue,
Yeah.
man. It's
Right
not
to your front
complimentary
door.
now.
Absolutely.
And Rowan, is it true that with a cheap wine, that's where you get a bad headache?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah,
nonsense.
you've noticed
Yeah.
But what
that
you must
sometimes.
do, if you take, like a bottle of wine, if you're fortunate and you have a lovely woman dining with you, well, not in your case, you're
It always comes back to that.
I am the way I am.
That's him.
Ecce homo. Behold the man. That's the great.
It's what makes the world go round,
No, it's
doesn't
it's
it?
the phrase of Pilate towards Christ, as he didn't want to give him the thumbs down to crucify him, and he said,
That's right.
"Ecce homo, behold the man,"
Oh.
and they all cried, "Crucify him!" And they didn't give a damn about Christ at all. So anyway, it is the way it is. I am insatiably attracted to conversing with, to laughing with, to walking with, to talking with good and beautiful women. That's an answer to your question.
And Lucky's got three of us
Yeah,
here
see
today.
that. Good,
It's nice.
good.
It's
I like
nice.
the way you put the good
Yeah.
and beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good and beautiful. So, but most of there are more good people in the world than bad. I think.
Yes, you're
I think we have a natural disposition to be good. I do believe that. But that's my answer to your question. It all comes back to that. But I mean, that is a central heartbeat of a man. It's the thing that God took out of some exo universe and took it in, put it in here and said, this is what makes the world happen. And you have now got it. And you keep it. And that's what drives you on forever. And I'm so glad that the woman I met, where did I meet her? But what we did was, she got her eggs frozen. I got my sperm frozen.
Now you're
Right.
having
Aye,
a
come
laugh
on.
now. We can't even listen to
No.
Like, carry on,
I'm
carry on.
starting
carry
a
on.
new family.
Really?
and we're pregnant.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Very
We're
good.
pregnant.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. And the baby, because it's a frozen embryo, is going to come out with a nice lolly. Or whatever. Now, your question. Any question in the world?
I asked you about the wine.
Oh, you did? So
Yes.
you're all
We're
content.
all done.
I
We're
asked
all,
you for your single most thing that jumps
Oh,
out at you,
yes.
but it has to be freezing the spring.
yeah, that's,
Yeah.
And the baby coming
That's
out
a
with
moment.
lollipop, hasn't
You
it?
see doing that.
Yeah.
You see sitting in a freezer for an hour.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Really?
Oh, you have to be frozen. You're just frozen
Stiff.
to bits.
Did you see that thing on this morning where you can actually go in for you?
These are our ladies, girls, fine girls, are they? What? Where did you get them, our ladies? I tell
Oh
you.
dear.
Yeah, there's a number.
Is there one?
I have to tell you, my experiences in Africa and India,
Okay.
they're just a flow of colour, of excitement, of wonderment, you know. And if you're in the middle of an African plain in the sub-Saharan Africa,
Yeah.
and you're seeing people who are Stone Age. Nakedness, bones through noses, deeply scored cuts on the chest area, and the ash of fire rubbed into the wounds in order to make them heal, swollen and there, so that they can be more beautiful. When you come across experience, you come around a corner in India and you're on the back of a motorcycle and there's 10 elephants walking towards you in all the colours. And then you look on the footpath and there's like a monkey running down the footpath. It's not a monkey, it's a man dressed as a monkey. He's the monkey god, you know. And then I took little Tony, my child of India, into my arms, out into the ocean, the tsunami beach. And he said, Uncle Rowan, I've never seen this before. This little boy with one leg, one arm, highly intelligent, but with difficulties. And we went out and we allowed the tide to roll us back in again. He said, can I do it on my own? I said, yes, you may. And this is what you do. You keep your chin on your chest so that you roll. You're not going to break your neck. Yeah. Okay. I took him out and I stood to the side. He swung in. Things like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
things like that. So the program goes on and you're doing well. You're happy with it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're having great
That's
fun.
good.
Yeah, we're in our element.
It's all
But
good.
you must, I have been in this business. I left RTE, beg your pardon, I left the BBC 20 years ago. And for the last 20 years, I've been working as a freelance with RTE, doing nationwide the programme. So 20 years with RTE as a freelance, 12 years with the BBC as a journalist and as a manager within the BBC, and 8 years before that with RTE as a staff reporter. And the piece of advice I give you is, my observation is, I'm looking at the three of you as a unit. You have something going for you. And don't lose it. Stay with it. Because there is something jumping out from you. And I think it's good.
Oh, thank you,
you.
Rowan.
It's lovely
That
coming
is-
from you,
Thank you
really.
very
It's
much.
I had no call to say that.
No.
I could have said thank you very much indeed, it's lovely. But I'm telling you, every so often something happens, and maybe it's happened between the three of you. Maybe you spark off each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it
Very
very
You have a
much so.
total you're totally natural being interviewed in front of the camera. You're at your ease. And that's good.
It's a lot to do with the
Will
host,
you,
isn't it?
It is. You see, you
Saturday.
brought out the best in us there,
I
so
know.
you did.
I'll just say a final prayer. See the way they laugh. Lord, I thank you for these women, the goodness that's in them, and let them continue to be a great success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
God
you,
bless
Rowan.
you.
God
Thank
bless.
you,
Thank
Rowan.
you, Rowan.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Take care. All the best to you.
Destination Newry. We're back in moments.
We're a digital solution company with our headquarters in Ireland. We have, with colleagues in the United States, in Hungary and in India, developed what we believe to be the most cost-effective, the most simple to implement digital signage solution for every type of business that wants to increase sales and add to the quality of experience for their customer and their audience. Digital signage is just a fancy phrase for a method of displaying your product or services on devices and screens, televisions as well, engaging with your customer and helping your customer understand exactly what you do, what services you provide, and how your customer can access the same. And it all happens through the simplicity of this little box. If you're a retail business anywhere in the world, contact us and get a free digital signage trial. Now, to see how we power local internet television, please go to the aboutdestinationnewry.com channel. And to review or join our business network, please go to the Local Business Network channel. Thank you